Ah. That is a very brilliant way to start the show. Every time we go to the movie theaters, we always see that particular kind of move. That soundtrack, you know, that movie sound, it's the most popular movie soundtrack ever. And someone just thought of it to be creative and out of boredom bring out such a hilarious video. For me, it's the funniest video ever I've seen throughout this coronavirus or COVID-19 atmosphere. No argument. For me, if I had opportunity to give an award, I will give it to that video. Whoever that guy is, thumbs up to you. Boredom is your inspiration. You need to be doing more things.
You think it needs to be knocked down more so that he can be more creative?
Yeah, so that he can bring out more and more. Can you use chair? Gagan, gagan, gagan.
I remember back in
Anyways, good
those
evening,
days.
distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of the virtual version of the Comedy Hour with your boy Jenny and friends in the family, Shy Bell Yinka, all together in one virtual space, but from different locations. Thank God for technology. And we're live on the platform of Afrobeat Live. If you're watching us right now, you're watching us on Facebook Live, and this is the virtual version of the Comedy Hour with your boy Jenny. Shybel is in the building. What's up, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome you all. I don't know how you guys will be coping with this lockdown. It's becoming so frustrating. And
Everybody's complaining.
at the time, I think it's really bringing out creativity in a lot of people.
Oh yes,
After this, I'm so sure the world will never remain the same. A lot of
never.
a lot of things will change.
You
Anyway,
know that's the irony. Everything. Yeah.
welcome you
Sorry.
all to this wonderful edition. Yinka, what's up with you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, girl.
She's so beautiful.
What a damsel.
Without makeup. Myro, you carry I go market. Ah, Myro.
How about
I'm
a
proud of
sharp
you.
bad guy? Mario a sharp bad guy.
He's a sharp bad guy. Ah, Muri, thumbs up to you. Okushe. How
How
you been?
many?
How you doing,
How many?
Dinka?
How they not take kidnap you for Nigeria before you can't go hang for Mario hand? How many?
No. Mario had good prayers. Mario
Oh,
come from a family of spiritual backup.
mm,
So
mm,
Mario established the foundation in the spiritual realm.
mm,
Just arrested her there.
mm.
And then he started monitoring her like mm, 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 till they met. How have you been though?
I've been good. I've just really just been relaxing. I've been trying to plan a wedding, so hopefully all of that
Oh.
will work out with the coronavirus.
So do you see this like lockdown, stay at home, an opportunity for you to really plan the wedding very well?
Yeah, I mean, it's great because, I have a lot of time, but then it's also hard because, like, one of the things you need to plan a wedding is finances. So, I mean, we've been very blessed and, God is still upholding us, but it's just like anything can change at any moment. So,
Oh yeah.
planning a wedding is a big financial decision. So, it's like, do you want to financially commit yourself? And you're just not really sure. So,
I
And I
guess
know that
I guess you're not trying to say you're gonna postpone the wedding.
well, no, the
no.
wedding is supposed to be next year, anyways.
Yeah, I know.
So
Anyways, yeah, that's a
yeah,
good thing.
so
Yeah.
You guys are an example of people who should learn how to plan ahead like a vision. Because I remember the day you said it was 2021.
Mhm.
When you say August or some 1 month like that, 2021. So me, I even thought, oh, she meant 21st of that month. So until you said, no, 2021, like year 20. I said, wait. That was last year. So I was like, wait, you mean 2 years from now? Wow. a lengthy time, and nobody knew that COVID was coming into the picture
Mhm.
because a whole lot of events have been moved. Most have been cancelled, but I give God praise. My testimony: none of my booked events were cancelled; they were moved.
Amen.
Because the most poisonous word in my life right now is refund against me. Nah, but if it's other this thing owing me a hair, refund is good. But concerning my booked event, no, refund is a poisonous word. So I'm happy that the clients that I have been able to pick other dates. We've moved it forward. I've readjusted my calendar just in hope of the fact that this whole COVID will be over very soon, which I believe it will, though, But man, I have friends who have been complaining, man. I have a particular colleague of mine that the wedding was to do last weekend on the 18th of April. The couple actually did the wedding, but here is how they did it. They did it in their house. They called the pastor to come and pray for them, do the necessary blessings, few in number, and that is how they did the wedding. They now called him, since
Yeah.
we've done the wedding now, and we are not able to do so half our payment. Can you refund? He said,
Oh,
refund what? How? Did I
This is
tell you I'm not
contract.
coming? You were the
No
one that
refund.
decided not to.
yeah.
No
Not to do
refund is in the
that.
contract.
And
Wow.
you know, I can't refund you. It's been a whole it's been a whole ups and downs, here and there for different people, and not even for colleagues in my industry, but for people themselves who have planned, like, properly prepared for a certain day, and they now have the pain to move it's so much on people. This thing really brought a reset to the whole world setting. I don't know what you guys think.
Well, first of all, Shiva, I just saw you cough, so don't think I didn't see that. Do you have something to tell us?
I'm good.
'Cause
Nothing. I'm
I
good.
will get off of this chat right now. I do not want any virtual
That
coronavirus
wasn't a
turning
corona
into
cough.
little microbites getting through the airways. I don't want it.
That isn't a corona
Yinka,
cough. Right? So
no matter the cough, before that microorganism will reach here, electric will shock it.
Um,
Electric will shock it. It will
that's
not get here.
I mean,
This whole parameter is covered with the blood.
oh
Hallelujah.
Jesus.
Electric will shock that corona microorganisms. Sorry if you guys don't mind. Quick shout out to guys who are tuning in. We have a lot of guys on Facebook who are tuning in. Now, both one links. Big shout out to you. Thanks for the, holla. We have Mr. Carlo Machola as well. Mr. Nabot and Mr. Carlo are all on the, live show. Please, you can do us a favor by clicking on the button share,
Yeah.
so that everybody will know that we are on the screen. The show continues. That is what ABL owes the whole fans and the people who love watching us. So please, we are all coping well. We are fine. You know, thank God for the proper structure of, okay, we'll stay home, be careful around your movements when you go grocery shopping. Now I heard you have to use the face mask. That
Mhm.
reminds me. I got a very good gift from Tinoli J. That's my specially made mask, yo. Stand say, yeah, yeah. So everywhere I go now, I wear it. It was given to me by Tinoli J. That's the handle at Tinoli J. So, I mean, it's very easy. Made out of normal outfits,
And that's
comfy, because I heard that a lot of people are not comfortable with that general face mask, the medical one like that. So a lot of people have been complaining about it. But thank God I have mine. I mean, big shout out to them. So I don't know how is it in your because I've been wearing this one anytime I go out for shopping or grocery or anything though.
I've been to a couple of stores, and I think it's now a policy or like a rule that if you don't have your face mask, you won't be allowed to come into any grocery store.
Yes,
Or any
Costco has started that.
I think Costco started it, Aldi too, and then I think I was at what's it called? One of those stores like that. I was
Walmart.
Afrik too started it. Afrik will even give you one for you to wear and all that. And I think it's a good start. if eventually this is going to be called off, I think it's a good step for us to be a kind of a little bit more safe. You get, but apart from that, I think right now US is having the highest so far, highest cases of coronavirus. And I heard your I think it's 54. I mean, 54 is saying
No,
something.
40, 45.
45 is saying something.
45.
45 is saying something that they won't allow anybody to come into the country. I was wondering who's going to come anyway. Nobody wants to come and carry coronavirus. But I definitely know someone will still be like, okay, this is the perfect time for us to go. They'll let us to come in. If you are late, don't come. They won't allow you to come inside though.
Sorry, Shaibe, if I may. Do you know, actually, it reminds me of the one that our own country, Beth country, also did. That they said they were planning to evacuate Nigerians away from
For
the
you
USA and Europe to Nigeria.
to pay.
Then the condition is you pay 160,000 naira for the test.
For the test, for corona test.
And it is a Nigerian doctor that will come and test them. Now, here is where I'm going to. Here is where I'm going to. I first of all said it one time on this show, and I've been telling people as well, that in that kind of a situation, actually, there are a whole lot of Nigerians in Nigeria who are ready to evacuate Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Europe.
And here is it. Whether USA is recording high volume or not, if they give those people opportunity who need evacuation, there we go. If you like, build them 350,000 naira for tests. They will test for the tests. As long as they pass, they will enter here.
I think I can remember when South Africa was doing repatriation fee about 150, I guess, 115, 120,000. And they'll give you, I think, a month visa or 2 month visa. People were actually looking for the money before they could even look for visa fee. You're supposed to get your visa fee before you look for repatriation.
Yes.
But we eventually get repatriation fee and they'll come and beg you, bros. I think visa fee now. I have repatriation fee. I was like,
oh wow.
Wow.
You okay? You go to South Africa, you okay?
Big shout out to Bumi Ojo Adenuba. Thank you for joining us. And also, that reminds me, big congratulations to Glam Studios. They opened, like, let me say officially, it was meant to be a big celebration, but because of the whole Corona thing, it was a private one. But we'd like to give them a big shout out, Glamby Studios. Congratulations, step in the game, big shout out to you all. So, Yinka, on your end, what's up? You've been cooking?
As usual.
I've literally just been cooking. My days are literally like I wake up, I cook, I work, and I work out. And then at night, like we'll watch TV, and it's been good.
You wake up, you cook, you work out, and you walk. Then you now watch TV.
Yeah.
What a routine.
Yeah. It's pretty. I mean, that's honestly it. And I'm I'm very lucky in that sense because I know that there are a lot of people who their biggest problem now isn't like staying at home. Like my biggest problem when I wake up is, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to be home again. But I know that there's some people who would be happy that that's all they have to think about, like just being home. But unfortunately, people have other issues. People have, there's job security, there's health, there's just, bills that are just mounting up. There's this like great fear of the unknown.
I thought they said they were managing the bills on our behalf, like properly shutting down things to. I don't know what's going on.
Nothing is true in America. I think what they're trying to make you understand is you can.
Sorry, I caught you, Yinka. I hope you don't. I'm very sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm like liking the flow. Yeah.
Okay.
I think what they're trying to make you understand is nothing is free in America. You can actually maybe you don't pay your bills now, as in your house rent, but you have 12 months to pay it back, so you can spread it for 12 months.
No, but there was someone who uploaded a letter that was well read, an official letter from the leasing office, that between a certain month to certain month, no rent.
No, as in
yeah, no rent.
Yeah, so I've been hearing a lot of that too, and a lot of that is really happening in New York, where you have a lot of
A
just like
lot.
private landlords and not necessarily mortgage institutions. Like if you have like a loan with like Wells Fargo or something like that, you're gonna have to pay them back. Like that's not anything. They'll give you a deferment for a couple of months, but you're gonna have to pay them back. But let's say that, like Big Tony owns one huge building and he has like 12 different tenants. Big Tony can say, hey, for the next 3 months, my 12 tenants don't have to pay anything because that's his business. He's a privatized landlord. So that, I've been hearing lots of those, and I think that's great that that's happening. But then I've also been hearing stories where, unfortunately, times like this, people are really sick and they take care of people that they take advantage of people that are needy. So they also have landlords who are telling people that, okay, in lieu of you paying your rent, you can pay through sexual favors. And this is like
Huh?
a huge, yeah, this is a huge problem. Yep, especially in New York, a lot of landlords are being very predatory, and they're saying instead of paying rent, you can pay through sexual favors. For some people, hey, if you're with it, you're with it. Some other people, it's like,
Oh,
no.
but wait, oh,
And the horrible part
it
about
sounds like
that, sorry, the
wait,
horrible part about that is that New York is not rent controlled. So let's say that you're already having issues paying your rent, and your rent is like 1,500, right? Which you're incredibly lucky, but let's just say you're paying 1,500 in New York. If you don't have it and your landlord is like, okay, you can pay in sexual favors, and you're like, no, I don't want to do it, your landlord could be like, all right, next month your rent is now $3,000. And he's allowed to do that because it's not rent controlled. So those are all the things that people now have to worry about within the pandemic itself.
and they call it the Apple City. Now I now see why Donald Trump comes from there. I can see the effect in the house now. Because naturally that guy doesn't have control and coordination. So it's a ripple effect of where you came from, which is New York. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
These sexual favors that they're talking about, most of these landlords, are they young or old landlords? Like
They're very
old age or young age?
old, like disgustingly old.
Second question. Second question. How often is this sexual favor?
I'm guessing it's at their discretion. Like it's
Once,
See,
continuously.
even if they say 10 a month to cover the rent, they should put their mind at rest. As long as it's old people, 2 3 minutes, they'll be fine.
that's so gross. That's so gross.
Remember those good people love to use enhancement drugs. They have to be on background nowadays.
Oh, at old
And
age, who wants to
and if
use
they
a
and if they're dying
my
during the process,
brother?
you know
Who
that
wants to use the enhancement drug at old age? You want make their heart palpitate?
Oh,
Okay, quick. Let me just read some of the comments quickly. Mr. Naboth, one links, he said, Breadman is playing up, paying people's rent in different wards of uptown New Orleans. There
yep.
are different philanthropists helping thousands of people with rent payments also. That's good. But
Yeah.
who is Birdman?
Oh, you don't
Mhm.
know Birdman? Oh, Birdman, Young Money, Cash Money. He
Money.
started the record. Yeah,
Okay.
he
Oh, the
started the record
artist.
label Young Money,
The
Okay.
and then
artist.
Little Wayne. He signed Little Wayne, and then Little
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah, yeah,
started
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him.
everybody else.
I know
Yep.
him. Wow, wow, wow.
By the
That's
way, he's
good.
also engaged to Tony Braxton, and they're supposed to be getting married this year as well. So that's another thing
They'll be
that's
fine.
They'll be
They'll be fine. Tony Braxton at this age still looking for love up and down. They'll be fine. All right.
after
Who? Okay. Mr. Carl said world has gone batshite crazy. That's the reality, though. Some landlords have been doing that. Oh, okay, Mr. Lavot. Anyways, we'll take a video break right now, and we'll be back. We'll go further. Shadel still has a whole lot more information on the streets, and we'll continue to gist.
Honorable Maniba, what do you think about friend zone? This is serious. We are not dating and you want me to be checking up on you steady. Are you life scores? You are telling me that you see me as your brother. Am I two-faced? You want me to take you to your boyfriend's house? Am I a cabman?
Go and sit down.
Always explaining your relationship issues to me. Am I your pastor? You are a guy and you are not dating a girl, but she can confidently pull her clothes in your front. You are no longer in friend zone. You are in family zone. Jesus. I'm angry because it was friend zone that killed my uncle. That is why I want to become president.
President of which country?
Don't mind the food. Just before we go on, we forgot to give the house rules. Please remember to keep washing your hands. Please also remember to sterilize the atmosphere around you, the surfaces, your kitchen tables, your dining tables, your dressing tables, all the functioning tables in your house, even the doo-doo tables. Please make sure you sterilize them. Very important.
Which one
Then,
did you
it's you that know. Leave me alone. Then make sure you sanitize your hands as well and drink a lot of water. Okay, drink a lot of water. So, welcome back. It's still the virtual edition of the Comedy Hour with your boy Jedi and the family, definitely on the Afrobeat Live platform. To those of you who have tuned in, thank you very much for being a part of this. Help us do a big favor. Click on the button, share, so you can spread the news that we're bringing forth, entertainment, gist, talk, to the screen. And this is just to, give people a good relaxation mode, thought-provoking issues and, discussion. Let's hear your views. You write your comments, we talk about it. I mean, we're still all on under the atmosphere of the COVID-19 and the coronavirus. So far, so good. Do you guys think, just before Shaibel, comes up with the info on the streets, I don't know if you can have some things for the ladies. But do you guys think this thing will end as soon as possible?
The lockdown?
Lockdown, okay. We're talking about the whole corona, this thing.
I don't know. I think it depends on how each country handles it. Like Dubai are back. Dubai is ready. Right, the lockdown is over in Dubai. I think they are back to their normal lifestyle.
Yeah, I think they announced about Dera.
So a couple of I think Spain too. If I'm not mistaken, I think Spain too is back. People of country are coming back and they're trying to just get themselves back to the normal life. But at the same time, people are still very, very skeptical. They still have their face masks and all that. And wherever it is, it's definitely going to take a very long time before things becomes normal the way it used to.
Yeah, in fact, I can see on the comments, Mr. Tai Akin said this is going to be the worst summer
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And Mr. Laborde said, it's not going anywhere soon. Wow, that really came from. See, I want to say it again. I'm sorry. A lot of people are in pain, and the pain is they are bored. They're sick and tired of staying indoors.
Mhm.
They are bored.
Not
Wow.
just
Shaibel, what do you have for us?
um, let's quickly go through the cases in Nigeria right now. We have 91 new cases confirmed. Total of 873 corona cases, 197 discharged, 28 deaths. We have 74 in Lagos, 5 in Katsina, 4 in Oyo, 2 in Delta, 2 in Edo, 1 in Kwara, 1 in Oyo, 1 in SST, and 1 in Adamawa. During the week, kidnappers then were discovered at Bolade Market at Oshobi, and I think people were really mad. At the end of the day, I think maybe two of them were caught and they were handed over to the police. Then we have
And they were robbing them.
Commission Etiosa Isolation Center. Um, if they are just commissioning isolation center as of now in Nigeria, I think we have a big problem.
No, sorry to cut you there. The problem is not if the time of commission. The problem is what the heck is commissioning? Get these things operating and let's save
And we can
people.
just move
Which
on.
one is official? Which one is official commissioning of a center? Are we that stupid in that country?
And I think it's not, as I said, that is not enough. federal government, federal government is planning another lockdown for the next 2 weeks. General lockdown. There will be general lockdown for the next 2 weeks.
A lot of people are going to react in Lagos, Nigeria. And not just
Exactly.
Lagos, Nigeria, Nigeria
Now,
in total.
there will be negative feedback. There will definitely be negative feedback. At the same time, air will probably recover from coronavirus after 4 weeks. And it will
Oh,
be
praise God. Oh, oh thank God.
the
Oh.
reason we
Is the truth how I love each other? We are praying for people to recover from that virus innocently. First of all, I have people who have lost loved ones through the virus. So for him to recover, we thank God. And then again, at least that's another government official that we mark as recovery case.
have you then I'm
So
planning to give this another hint. A very close friend of his by the name Lawan Mato. Anyway, this guy was COVID. He died of diabetes and some other related issues. And for us to deviate from that, today marks the 10-year remembrance of the Green. And I think it needs to be celebrated. He paid his dues at the end of the day, though he died at a very tender age. And on social media, people have really been celebrating him. And I think it's a good thing for us to remember. Then I have a couple of my friends who are bloggers who went to see the mom and also his siblings to give them some Metro News and some other of our friends, Aruna Tinubu and some other of our friends were also there to give them reliefs. And I think it's a good initiative for us to do at this time at this period of our time we get. But so, Yinka, what do you have for us?
I
You
mean,
be quiet.
nothing.
What happened?
No, I ain't got nothing. I'm just here.
I'm sorry. Shanda, you did not see your guys' expression. When
I
you said you got your cow now, West. You go like, yeah,
No,
all
no,
right.
I really don't. But one thing, okay, well, I guess like from what is going on, I guess in America, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion on this. So, do you guys know? I'm sure you guys know Erica Campbell, right? She's a gospel
Yes,
singer. She's one half of
yes,
Mary.
yes.
And she basically said online what I've been thinking, especially, Trump gets on the podium every single day and he spits this rhetoric about how we need to, reopen businesses and we need to reopen cities from, this lockdown and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah,
and you can see it, it's just like a domino effect. Then every single state now is now trying to reopen. And the latest one is in Atlanta.
Georgia. Yeah.
So the governor wants to reopen, and then
Monday.
the mayor, she's like, nah, she's not with it. And Erica Campbell, she goes in and she says something that I completely agree with wholeheartedly. Everyone's getting their stimulus checks, and everyone's extremely excited that they got their stimulus checks, their Trump checks, whatever you want to call it. Do we think that it is a coincidence that literally a week to 2 weeks after people get their stimulus checks, all of a sudden they want to reopen these states? Basically, the government is just getting back what they gave you, and they are having you risk your own life in order to give them back the money.
The money there.
Especially, we know that this virus is really aggressive in the African American community, and the places that they want to reopen, Atlanta. This is not and they want to reopen it because they want to reopen essential businesses. When did a barber shop become an essential business? When did the nail salon become an essential business? So I just want to ask you guys, do you think that it is coincidental? Or you think it's a little bit funny that all of a sudden after you get your stimulus checks, they're now reopening? Or do you think that there really is a good reason for trying to reopen the economy?
I see a possibility there as a hidden truth. And most of the hidden truths become like conspiracies. Do you understand? So I agree with you totally. It's possible. I even saw it from another angle. If they could give us a stimulus check now, and you're already planning for them to reopen, which maybe they're trying to avoid another batch of stimulus check the next month. Do you understand? So that they can keep the money. We've tried. We fed them. Let them go out and work. and then in turn, like you said, recover their money. I don't see it far from the truth. I think I can agree with you.
For me, I think it's kind of a sabotage, though. For me, that's the way I say it. If the
So
government is
sorry,
saying,
someone said on the comment, I won't lose she.
100%. 100%.
yeah, that's exactly what
Bravo!
they are. If
Jay is in the building.
for me,
Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, go ahead, Chibel.
I think a lot of things need to be put in place. A lot of things need to be put in check before you say that, oh, you guys want to reopen. If the cases are still very, very high and you think the right thing for you to do after giving check is for you to reopen, that is not no for me. And at the same time, do they even try to even put in the nurses, the doctor, do they put them into consideration? Do they know what they go through? Do they know what happened immediately after work and they get back home? They don't know that even when they get back home, they don't get to even mix with their family immediately. They still need to take off whatever face mask, whatever apron, to go do your washing and all that. And that still need to continue for the meantime, you get. And now you're just saying you just need to reopen. What are you reopening for? For who? If you're saying a barber is a frontliner, what is that for? Can't you just leave your beers in as much as you know you're going to leave? For me, I just think it's sabotage. See, look at Jedi.
So see, this period has really activated the beard gang. A lot of people are growing beards. Are you done? Sorry, are you through your point?
Yeah.
I just wanted to share some of the comments. It's so interesting. Some of the comments. First of all, let me scroll up and speak from when Fisayo came on. That's Paje. He said Yinka's special expression was like, who, what, where? Mike. Mr. Tai mentioned some. Oh, wait, no. Let me start from Naboth. He said, don't be fooled. The government is more worried about rebuilding the economy for those who lie to us so we can get back to work. And which is what Yinka was saying. Then we'll get ourselves to be risking our lives all because of this useless COVID-19, COVID something danger. And then Mr. Tai was also like, let's make the adjustments. Netflix chill is our new mode of life. That's true though. I mean, most of the shows on Netflix now are trending, like really trending. I'm on a particular show called El Dragon. It's a Mexican history show. I have been enjoying it. I've watched almost all the shows on. It's not that I'm jobless. No, I'm not jobless. It's just Netflix and chill. I'm not jobless. Then, he also mentioned about the funeral of your chief of staff in Nigeria.
Oh,
I want us to address that after I read all the comments. We'll address that. Just give me a second. Because as he said, if I will address it after we take a video break. Let me just finish the comment. Mr. Nabot said, no, it's our money, not Trump's check. Watch out for that. Thank you, Oyinka. They want to use the black people as test one.
Yeah.
I won't lose.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Carl says Yinka correct. Then now Jedi is not their money, it's our money, the taxpayers' money. But here is an interesting comment, and this is from Caroline Okolo. She said, oh, don't get me started, my dear. Risk our life. Repogs are trying to finally kill us colored folks off without deportation back to Africa.
100%.
Can you imagine that?
And I
reopening to kill us all dead. That's what. A lot of people won't go out to work though.
No, and I completely agree with that. And sorry to cut you off, but because I was looking for this particular quote because I did not want to misquote him. Okay, so the governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, he was being interviewed a couple days ago, like 2-3 days ago. This is on Fox. So you have to realize that he's being interviewed on the platform that is geared towards his base. And he says, quote, because he wants to reopen Texas, and they've already taken steps towards reopening. He said, quote, he said, there are more important things than living, and that's saving the country. So when he was asked about reopening and why he thought it was so important, he said there are more important things than living, and that's saving the country. So these are politicians that are basically telling us that the economy is more important than our lives.
Right.
That guy was stupid to have said that.
Is way more important than morality. So when people are like, you have to realize that people are out on the streets protesting so that they can reopen the economy. Like, this stupidity is just beyond me. Our numbers are not going down at all. Numbers are still going up. I just checked it again. In Maryland, if you live in PG County, and this is how we know that it is geared towards Blacks or addressing the Black problem in this country. If you live in PG County has the highest number of coronavirus cases in Maryland. PG County. Like, you got to realize when people are talking about, oh, well, this disease only happens when you travel, you don't travel, not to be racist, but how many people in PG County are traveling to China, yet we have the highest numbers? What is going on? What is going on? Make it make sense. Sorry, that's just
man, Yinka, you are so detailed. You see the way people are praising you on the comments. I feel so like, Olo Donimi. Let me help you out here. Look, Nabot started by saying it's not different from what they do to military folks by sending us to war for their selfish interest. They don't really care about the folks on the front line. I wish this was when we had a soundtrack music, and all I want to hear is, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Yes. Now, Isayo Pajay, why are you like this? It says, I have a litmus test kit at home. Every time this government says something, I hold up my litmus paper against it, and it comes back red with blood sheet in black print. Ajay, you are sick.
Something else.
Now, what's like they're telling us to go and die useless. Oh, Caroline Okolo said, there you go, sweetie. Bingo. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Let me share your glory. Mario is like, they are trying to let the Black people out first, lining us up like the ship to get put down. Yeah. I swear, if Democrats don't win this election, the country is finished. That's Mr. Carr. You better speak the truth, from Caroline. Yeah, PG County has the highest death rate and worst recovery rate. Yinka is right. Yinka knows what time it is. Yinka. Hello. Hey.
No, it's just because I'm home, and that's all I worry about.
I am sharing in her glory, please. But she's right. Yinka, you're right. Let truth be told. You're right. You see what I said? These are the hidden truths. And to most people, to come out like a conspiracy. Yeah. But these are hidden truths. There is something behind this whole corona COVID thing worldwide. And then each country is now also using it as a medium to do other things. Now, we don't know, maybe there was a secret guardian of the world leaders. It's okay, we are going to release. This is what we hope to achieve. But you now in your own countries, go and achieve the other things you want to achieve with this. Do you understand? But I know definitely that, well, God is watching over his own child. I'm sorry, I don't sound too spiritual, because some people will be like, oh, leave God out of this. Yeah, I can understand, but hey, this thing will turn back and fire the yank. Anyways, let's take a video break and we'll be right back.
Jesus is Lord.
life, yeah. A lulu maje. Daddy go spend, yeah. The swag on a rare. Go school a pay. My low attempted job. Say, what's my name? Got daddy. Big tunes, got the club banging. Less man, more baddies. What's that? It's a drop top caddy. What's my name? Got daddy. Big tunes, got the club banging. Less man, more baddies. What's that? It's a drop top caddy. Hey, bub daddy, 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 bub daddy. Yeah, shit you like Okocha. I get skills you go like on cover. Biggie man we be life supporter, but not the type with the type computer. I don't type computer. Neck froze, hammer time. CD. Yeah, come on to.
So our officers can find like this. Oh God.
You know that the negative side to that video.
It's now I know that it has reached a point. Nobody said anybody from Nigeria again. Everybody is having their own fun.
Daddy, that's the negative side to that video. The 3 ladies got fired.
They got fired
Because of that video. 3 of them. Yes.
Yep, that was the other point. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up, Shibal. They did, and
was that the letter? Was that the official statement they released? There was an official statement I read, and they were saying about the video of some people who were dressed funny, blah 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 blah. Was it related to this?
They got fired. The first, they were giving query, and later they got fired. The 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, was it against the ethics of the force that they represent?
That is what they said.
No.
Because they were in uniform.
No, they didn't see. Did they see them remove the uniform?
Jedi, you have their. Should I give you their email and phone number?
No, you brought the information.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't part of the decision making.
Now look at this. Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm heading somewhere now. Funka Akindele was arrested because of a birthday party. She still owned up to it, and she faced the judgment and whatever consequences that came.
Yeah.
Now look at these officers, just out of the natural fun of the public. They just did something out of their heart. You have said, okay, they've gone across, maybe against your rules, regulations, or your ethics. And now you didn't even just say, okay, be suspended or whatever that we can address later. You now fire them. But your useless country was burying your so-called chief of staff. And that so-called burial broke every freaking rules that you established.
That's what I wanted to say before.
That you established for the nation. So what is that telling you? Those people don't care about life, not even talk of citizens. They don't care about life. You cannot own up to your responsibility. You are rather bringing out, I saw one video or something, they said they are bringing out an apology statement. No, everyone involved in that burial should be dealt with, quarantined, and also, I wanted to say arrested or imprisoned. It's not right.
They should face the consequences.
They should.
Or they also pay the fine. There should be.
You have time to fire innocent ladies who represent officials in the government.
Yinka, why are you smiling?
I'm just waiting for you people to land. I'm just listening.
I'm done. Yeah. I'm done. I don't want to go further. I'm done.
I just want to be honest right now, and I'm sure if people are going to disagree, people can go ahead and disagree. But the bottom line is, are we really surprised? Like, I was not shocked when these women got fired. And with the whole Phuket situation, I wasn't shocked about that either, because we live in a place where not only the leaders are hypocrites, but the leaders are also sexist. They only It's like you only follow the rules as it aligns with what's between your legs. Funke, she organized the party, right? Her own case was dragged out. She was dragged into court. She was embarrassed. She had to pay a fine and she has to do community service. The men involved in the same situation as her, did we really hear about the gravity of their consequences? A lot of them mysteriously settled outside of court, whatever that means. A lot of them decided to take whatever deal it is that they decided to take, and they didn't come down on them nearly as hard as they did on the female. Now, once again, we have three beautiful, intelligent women that have worked all their lives to establish their career, and you want to fire them because they changed out of their uniform or because their uniform was on camera. Do you know how many police officers, have been filmed on camera brutalizing other citizens, other male police officers that have been filmed brutalizing citizens and nothing happens to them? How many SARS agents have been filmed killing people and nothing happens to them? We've got the chief of staff burial where you have all these men that are all committing crimes and all breaking rules and nothing happened to them. When these women got fired, I was not shocked whatsoever because Nigeria is a land where there are two sets of rules depending on your gender and your class. So that's all I have to say about that.
Let me add to it. That's what I wanted to do. Have you forgotten the case of that useless senator that publicly slapped the girl in that section?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happened to him? He was even given an award.
Which eventually caused a fight between the Actors Guild or whatever committee.
And the useless Actors Guild have him as a patron.
So I think that like someone said Nigeria is backward. I think I concur that Nigeria is just kind of, I think they're really backward, like seriously.
And I think Nigeria is also in a place where I think they're confused. They want to do copy, right? They want to, their mindset, we don't have an individualistic mindset of a country moral. Nigeria's country morals, rules, and regulations are adapted from other countries without the full actual understanding of why those countries put those rules in place in the first place. I think Nigeria, they were looking at it like, oh, well, if this was American, blah, blah, blah. Do you know that American soldiers wear their uniform and they're out there doing the Dougie, they're out there doing the renegade dance, they're out there having fun, doing all of these things while in uniform, because being in uniform humanizes the person that's wearing the uniform. That is why they allow that. They don't want to just see a uniform and make you think that this person doesn't exist, this person will take bullets, this person will go to war for you. People in America actually love it when their police officers are actually humanized and doing the things that regular people are doing. So basically, you're telling these women that you're fired because you're not allowed to live. You are fired because you are not allowed to be a productive individual in this society. And this sends a completely, like, Nigeria's just confused. Like, we don't have any rules to monitor ourselves, so we're just doing things anyhow. And it's very sad and very distasteful.
You know, I'm actually very pissed. It has spoiled my mood because you see how I was happy talking about them when we came back, and hearing it really disheartens me, man. I don't mean to sound terrible, but there's just this a little part of me that just wish that thing that Colonel Kaduna or Major Kaduna, in that first school, they were 26-year-old, in their 20s, and they caused that revolution that became the first school in Nigeria and all. I wish we can just go and wake them up from the grave and just ask them, what was your strategy? Because we need to wipe out the whole governing system of that country, Nigeria. I don't know who I was chatting with. It's a friend of mine all the way from Nigeria. We're chatting today. And you'll be shocked at the plans and the gimmicks these guys have that is involving the CBN being burnt, CAC is being burnt, INEC office is being burnt, all those places are being burnt. These were within hours of... Man,
all is well.
See, let me. I can only read one comment, and maybe Shaibe can read others because I'm. This is wait, Christiana Oladiro. Is that mommy?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Exactly. I
Hi,
suspected. So that's why I want to read it. After I read mommy's own, please, Shaibe, help me read the remaining because they will amplify my anger if I read it. But mommy said, I don't think Mr. President is thinking about the safety of the school age children in the reopening. We don't want to lose them. It is better for them to stay home safe. Thank you all. Mommy, we agree with you. And we'll try our best in our own medium and platform to pass the message of the stupidity of the so-called existing president. But hey, that's
sorry.
because
And then real quick, because I know before some people get on and they're like, oh, well, like, oh, you don't know the struggles of like raising your own, blah, blah, blah. Like, my mom is actually a teacher. She's a special education teacher at Wheaton High School. So she does understand when she's talking about keeping the school age students at home. And my mom actually still teaches. She has Zoom teaching sessions with each and every single one of her students. Sometimes she is on there from 9 to 6 p.m. at night. So she knows what she's talking about. If a teacher is saying that they don't mind putting in the effort so that you and your family can stay at home, that's something to listen to. Sorry, go ahead.
I love your mommy, Jai.
Mommy is good.
Mr. James Ajaro is online. And
Yeah.
he said, guys, please don't stress yourself about Nigeria. When the people are ready, they will control they'll take control of their lives. So Shaba, you can help us with the comments from Mr. Naboth all the way down.
Mr. Nabo said, don't leave God out. We need God, bro. I beg. We need God now. Then compare Mori said, haha, Jesus is Lord. Can they arrest me, please? They don't know you. Then Mr. Tai said, they are mad for firing them. We know hypocrites. Then one league said, that is pure rubbish. There were US military folks that did same. Did you hear anything about them getting fired? Absolutely not. Nigeria is a joke.
And
Yeah.
that's military. That's
Mhm.
military. These
So,
ones were just custom officers or immigration officers.
Jenny, we
Let me
can
know.
even tell from the aspect of them seeing you wearing camouflage and asking you to go inside gutter and they start beating you and all that. We should be able to tell from there. If you wear camouflage here, they will even be happy that you're wearing the uniform.
This is what Yinka said earlier on. There are so-called useless SARS officers
Which is true.
that are misbehaving and doing this. What did they do to them? Continue, please.
They said
I don't
all
want to. This one I
animals
said I
are
don't want to get
equal,
angry.
but some are more equal than others. Pig. That's one list. Then Bibi said Nigeria is backward. Exactly, Yinka. Then Caroline Okolo said, Aren't there something? Aren't there something? We are always doing things as backward. Dealt with care. Nemesis we caught up with those fools. They don't care. They don't really
They
care.
don't.
They
They
don't.
don't.
Don't. It is called double standard, sister. It is a man's word, especially in Nigeria, picking on weaker sex. Sad state of affairs. Speak, Yinka. Yinka, your accolade is too much to do.
No, I'm proud of my sister. Please fire on, fire on, fire on,
How
fire on.
about police
I'm
officer
sharing in your glory today.
people in their uniform? Nothing happens to them. They don't get fired. Nigeria, hail D. That's BB. Nigeria is a convict. Yes, and then I think you read Uncle Jaro's comments.
Big shout out to MC Omo for tuning in. Big shout out to everyone who has tuned in. And Bros James did a live video session, and I've never been so inspired or so satisfied with the truth being spoken out there. And it's amazing how immediately said a few hours later, the practical part of it came to reality. And one major thing he emphasized in that live session is Nigerians are not ready for Nigeria to get better. We keep shouting government. We are not saying government don't have the issues, but Nigerians themselves, they are the problem. If we come out in one voice, one mass, one heart, things will change in that land. Do you remember the period of Jonathan when for 5 days people were gathering at
Occupying
Okota?
Nigeria.
Occupy Nigeria. Now, let me shock you. The power of such voice. I attended each and every day of those rallies. It was always increasing in number.
Yes.
The only time that thing stopped was when when people went on break for the weekend, and the forces used that weekend to come out and they declared state of emergency. But the power from Monday to Friday, they couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop it. It was that massive. Secondly, these so-called 1 million boys robbing people up and down, 1 million boys, 1 million boys. Maybe they came to some 13 areas, but those people in those areas came out in numbers.
Yeah, they came to my area. They came to Mushi proper.
Yeah, it was Muslim boys.
Sorry, for a second when you said they came to your area, I thought you meant
No,
your area in America. I was like, wait.
They came out in numbers.
You know the way one they came to Mushi proper and they were dealt with.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So look at this now. Look at this. We'll take another video before we wrap up the show. But look at this now. If we decide, oh, we are all coming out, we can't take this any longer. That is when you will hear one person say, well, you go. Me, I'm okay. I don't want wahala, I beg.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. When you say, oh, let's all go together in one accord and go and fight for this thing, here is what you will hear. Now only you. I beg, shift. It's working for me. If it's not working for you, it's working for me.
That's when you start hearing different
they are milking and draining the energy source of the people from the division we have in ourselves.
Yeah.
That is the problem. See, the people in governing power, they are not up to 1,000, but Nigerians are over 150 million. So you're telling me people who are not up to 1,000 can control 150 million? You and I, we as Nigerians and everyone, we are the problem. That's why we are where we are today. And look at this. Hardly will you see people say, what? That area, they don't have light? Why? Let's come out and fight for them. No. What you get, we don't get light. we get light.
If you can't charge your phone.
The only thing that people were really striking for that period was the issue of oil. Now that same oil is less than $1 per barrel.
The subsidy.
No, people didn't really come out for education. People didn't really come out for.
Let's go on. We wrap up.
Thinking about a fucking bomb. I'm seeing 5-year-old children driving Benz up and down. I'm asking myself, what am I doing with my life? In fact, I want to use myself for ratio right now. Yes, calm down. Like how many pints are we talking about? Just one. If you bring more than one, I hear my virginity. Branco, because I can get so much of this. No, only pints. To one big brow, I get. Okay, so where should I bring the pint? Don't worry, Anjono will come and collect the pints from you. Just get the pints ready before 6 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, but I say Anjono cannot come in the morning because as Oshomo there will be so much pint on ground. 6 o'clock tomorrow.
I really enjoyed that dinner, babe.
Don't mention. Anyways, it's time to off pint.
We guys, we didn't used to wear pints again. We just walk around naked and sometimes we do allow Fraser to blow inside. So, are you ready to shoot?
Don't worry, my banana have come down. It's no more charging.
It's my own pint you want to use for ritual. You would die broke. Also no, Batalua's cars die. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, give me back.
And Jono, calm down now. We have not even.
You're so fucked, man. You just turn it on your own. I don't know what the car did to this car. The car is turning on its own, man.
When you give me back pattern, you can't waste my time. Next. Anybody to buy shit with it? Yeah, my J40 cool. I don't need photoscope.
Anybody will increase their price this period, whether in a market or supermarket, we take your case, present you to court, and we find you guilty and when your license terminated. Like real shutdown.
DJ Khaled, how serious you
As serious die.
Okay.
Like a serious die. You know me, I don't like talk too much. You know, if you say your beans, your geisha, gari, you can't increase the price and I catch you, I go pour everything, like all of them.
So Khaled, tell me, how you want to do it?
Well done. Now
like
what I want to tell you now, just listen. You know, say Nigerians as a whole, they be the kind of people who know they won't hear word until you show them just one scapegoat. No? So the person here could just dey shake, you know, because you don't blow juju enter from increasing price. But 5 minutes later, they'll come shout, hey! At this point, just pause, because juju don't dey work. But it never round up. 5 minutes later, this time, he no saying the one level of madness where he say, he no saying decrease, but he go just dey look people like, anybody when increase their price this period, whether in a market or supermarket, we take your case, present you to court, and we find you guilty when your license terminated. Like real shutdown.
DJ Khaled, how serious you
As
dey?
serious die.
Okay.
This video is playing again. So, wait, how do these people really take time to interpret or create humor conversations through live interviews like this? Because that was good. Well, we are right. The lockdown brings out the gift in us. All right, just to wrap up this evening, I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed the live session today, and this is how we're bringing it to you every Wednesday. You know, you can follow us on our Instagram handles: Comedy Jedi,
Shadow Media,
Shadow Media, Yinka Oladio, and Afrobeat Live, of course, on Instagram to check out updates and things like that. Everybody is on live now on Instagram. People don't have work. Well, let me just look at it, because me, I do my own show every day too on Instagram. I have work is tasking because I've been doing it consistently for 3 weeks. That's my QVC 20 with Jenny. So, Mr. Shaiba, can you help us with the comment? I know Mr. James has said one or two things. MC Omar joined in. So we'll wrap up with their comments and call it today. Or Yinka, what do you think? We can continue if you wish.
No, that's good. I just also wanted to say that. So I'm actually doing my first Instagram live tomorrow. I don't usually do Instagram lives, but I'm doing it. It's gonna be me and VN007. She is an OAP at City FM in Nigeria. So it's called From Yankee to Giddy. We're both going to be talking about our unique perspective about the coronavirus and everything that's going on. So if y'all just, join it. It's going to be at 10 a.m. my time, 3 p.m. Nigerian time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So MC almost said Nigeria are living in Nigeria. Okay, Nigerians living in Nigeria are not ready. They are okay. Now said Uncle James now said I was part of the movement, and I remember we asked not to go on that break that brought the end to the movement. It's going to get to that, but it might take another pandemic. Our politicians are about to be broke. I think that is true.
But I just feel also that all these people in power that are misbehaving, they will not go scot-free. The nemesis will catch up with this people. And our so-called people, don't wake up, don't wake up. The day is coming, something will touch all of you in different areas of that Nigeria, then you will know how to wake up. I mean, we're already dealing with issues of people who are ingrates. Another thing that's trending now is people who are ingrates in Nigeria. I mean, a lot of people who come out to support and do the little they can do, and the kind of responses they get, it has become. Wait, let me ask a question before we go. Maybe we'll use it as our topic next week. Is this giveaway a good thing or a bad thing?
Before now or now?
Silence. Let's just treat it next week. So from now till then, we'll gather all our facts and break it down. Do you understand? But we need to treat it. These giveaways happening online, because at a point now, people are getting very annoying. You are not doing giveaway. Do giveaway for us now. What are you feeling like?
Yeah.
I have fall on the bad side of it. There's a particular guy who came on my Nigerian number and sent me an SMS claiming that he has children and he needs money to do this, to do that. Asked me for a particular amount of money. He was even telling me how much he wants. Then I sent him the money. You know what he did? He didn't say thank you. He didn't say anything. He just blocked me.
No, Yinka.
Oh,
Yinka.
that is
Immediately we
hilarious.
received the alert, and I said, "Have
Yinka.
you
No,
seen
hold
it?"
on, Shabe, hold on,
You
hold
get
on.
the alert. It just showed
Shabe, hold
red,
on.
and it
Shabe,
blocked me.
hold on. Hold on. Yinka.
I'm sorry.
Yinka. Yinka. Yinka, hold on. Shabe.
Woo!
Good night. Good night. I'll go.
Oh my
We
gosh.
will
I'm
treat
sorry,
we
Simon.
will
I'm so
treat
sorry.
this topic next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Wally said, "Where's that
Oh
one?"
no.
So it's